reports come out that Trump administration and Trump is suing Chase for $5 billion. Rob, I don't know if you have that clip or not. Is this it?
Yep.
Explaining the lawsuit?
Yep.
So this happens like pretty much within 24 hours apart. Go ahead.
Has filed a lawsuit against JPMorgan Chase and Jamie Dimon personally over allegations of debanking of Trump-related bank accounts during the period of time that the president was out of office. This is a suit for as much as $5 billion filed by the president of the United States and a number of Trump entities against JPMorgan and Jamie Dimon as an individual. And we have a statement here from JPMorgan just within the past couple of seconds. They say, while we regret President Trump has sued us, we believe the suit has no merit. We respect the president's right to sue us and our right to defend ourselves. That's what courts are for. JPMorgan Chase does not close accounts for political or religious reasons. We do close accounts because they create legal or regulatory risk for the company. We regret having to do so, but often rules and regulatory expectations lead us to do so. We have been asking both this administration and prior administrations to change the rules and regulations that put us in this position, and we support the administration's efforts to prevent the weaponization of the banking sector. That's an on-the-record comment from JPMorgan spokesperson Trish Wexler, Scott. So this lawsuit is a 56-page document. We're going through it right now. The gist of the argument is that this debanking was improper and due to political reasons. That's what the president says in the filing. And we saw, Scott, Jamie Dimon, very outspoken in Davos, being one of the few CEOs to go
You can
public
pause
with
it there.
criticism.
By the way, you have to realize, what this does. They asked him to shut his accounts down within a 60-day notice. This is Chase. Anything related to him, hey, everything's got to shut down within 60-day notice. What do you call that? Disruption for the business? There's many legal terms to use that, Tom, you and I have been a part of. One carrier one time did this to us. Tom and I were at what is this place? The highest point in Colorado, not Vail. What is that place called?
Breckenridge?
Say it again.
Breckenridge?
Breckenridge. So we're in Breckenridge, and we're in the car, he and I.
Oh, yeah.
Snow
With the
all around us. Tom is sitting next to us. We get a call from an insurance carrier we got, and within a 30-day notice, they dropped the contract. 30-day notice, they dropped the contract. This was a guy that we were about, their previous CEO that had left 2 or 3 years ago, prior to that, wanted to come and be the CEO of our company. And they decided, nope, 30 days, we're dropping a contract. What do you mean you're dropping it? It was the biggest disruption that took place. Biggest. Now, afterwards, everything got squared away. We had to go through. They came back. Relationship, it's all good. Everything got squared away that we had to get in place. But I fully understand the lawsuit. Don't forget, this is a moment where, do you remember, it's like Facebook, Trump's off Facebook, Google, boom, YouTube, boom, Twitter, boom, account, boom. This is when, everybody was losing PayPal. Alex Jones couldn't do business with anybody. All these conservative guys, YouTube channels being taken down. So I actually understand the argument of doing that, especially being Chase. And you got to move your money from your accounts that you have to go to different accounts with unfavorable terms that you have to go to. In no other situation has this ever happened. You do it to a U.S. president? You think he's going to forget?
Nope.
You think he's going to sit there? So to me, there's a part of me that is a big fan of the way when Dimon speaks, I listen to it. I'm like, I really like the way this guy thinks. But for them to make a decision like that was a massive screw up on Chase's end when they did this in 2021. Tom, your thoughts on this?
I'll give you, if you look at that quote, you know how I kind of parse legal languages, and sometimes I find little antennas in there.
You said this yesterday.
They said legal and regulatory expectations. When I read her quote from the Chase, and every word of that quote went through 3 PR people and Chase's army of attorneys before that was handed to the network. Legal and regulatory expectations. Whose expectations? The Biden administration was putting pressure on Chase. So Chase may have made a terrible mistake, and I think they did, but I think what will come out is they're going to say, hey, look, I got copies here of all the emails we got from the Biden administration. Can we find
They're not going to get there, Tom. They're not going to get there.
You don't think so?
They're not going to get to discovery. They're not going to get. By the way, let me.
But I'm saying a legal and regulatory expectation. I think they're going to. Do you think they're going to tell the Trump administration what happened?
No. Here's what I think is going to. Let's go through it. Let's process it together. Okay. One, did you hear what Jamie Dimon said yesterday about Biden at Davos? Did you guys hear on the speech what he said? Okay, so let me tell you why this is important. Okay, that maybe gives credence to your argument. So I'm gonna come back to you. Can you type in Jamie Dimon, Davos, Biden? Okay, Jamie Dimon, Davos, Biden. Is that it, Rob? Can you zoom in so I can see it? Climate Davos. No, he talks about. I am still so furious with what happened with the border under Biden and what that did to the economy. It was at Davos. I'll find it. I'll send it to you. So
was it Dimon or Ken Griffin?
Jamie Dimon.
Okay.
Jamie Dimon. Ken Griffin destroyed the Biden administration.
He also went in on
He did. But Jamie Dimon said this. So to me, if they do discovery, Tom, okay, if they do discovery and they find out that they made the decision to close Trump's accounts with Chase within 60 days, that's the only time they gave him, 60 days. If they find out that the Biden administration asked them to do it and they listened, who looks weak?
Biden.
Chase looks like they wouldn't stand up to totalitarianism.
That's why they can't go to discovery. They can't go to discovery. So I'm expecting a $50 to $200 million check being paid out. This can be the biggest check they're going to pay out to him. You cannot do this. This is not acceptable. You cannot get in the way of somebody that's running a business because you don't agree with them politically, and the White House calls you and tells you better close those accounts. That discovery of the emails, what is the percentage of the Biden saying close his accounts? What do you think is a percentage that they can actually crawl and find those emails?
Oh, 90%.
80%? I'm with you. Say 80%.
I'm 100% that it happened, and 80% they can find the evidence.
Perfect. They find that. You want Jamie's legacy to end on that? No way.
No.
Jamie's going to go to the board. He's going to say, look, guys, can you tell me, Rob, what is JPMorgan Chase's cash balance right now? What is Chase's cash balance right now?
You want to guess, Vinny?
Go to JPMorgan's cash balance right now. How much cash do they have on their balance sheet right now? Pure cash. Does it show how much they're sitting on cash? Let's see if it's a publicly. We should be able to see it. Do you see it or no? Tom, how much
balance sheet?
How much cash is Chase Bank sitting on right now on their balance sheet? Okay? This is how the meeting's going to go. Jamie's going to go to the board, and he's going to say they're sitting on $303 billion of cash.
Jeez.
Is what they're sitting on right now.
Yep.
Okay? $303 billion of cash.
$4 trillion in total assets.
By the way, $303 billion of cash, Tom? You know what he's going to say? He's going to say, settle, $200 million, let it go. Sir, the president wants $500 million. Offer $50 million, but settle at $200 million. This thing's going to settle between, somewhere between $30 to $200 million, and they're going to go away. You cannot do this.
Remember, they
cannot
settled for
this.
$290 on the Epstein claims.
Tom, you cannot do this.
Yeah.
And
You cannot do this. This to me is like you cannot get to this place because you're trying to destroy a man's life because you don't agree with his politics and his ideology.
Do you know when the timing of it was? Or you make a great. I'm with you 1,000%. Do you know when this happened? January 6th happened, and then a couple weeks later they gave him the 60-day thing. This is. It's blatantly obvious it was because of the politics, and I think you make a great point. You don't want them to actually have to unravel and pull the curtain back to find out. Because, by the way, bank should be neutral. Your job is to hold my money, safeguard it, facilitate transactions. That's it. Once you start making decisions for politics, it stopped being a financial institution, and it's a private governing body. Just hold my money. Don't get politics with me, bro.
We will never know the truth about this because everybody knows what happened.
And I think you're right. And I think that word expectations in there is intentional, which is why they're going to write the check.
For sure. And by the way,
who do I write this out to?
That's right. And by the way, even if they're throwing Biden under the bus. And by the way, he did yesterday at Davos. He in the 29-minute talk that he gave, he intentionally threw Biden under the bus.
And then he backed up twice.
You think he's a fan of Biden? Jamie cannot stand what Biden administration did. We have to almost play the Griffin to say the day he was out, my life got better. The day he was done, business got better. Rob, if you can go to the transcript and find the part, I know what you're doing, on when he uses the phrase Biden and the border. It's Biden border. Did you find it? Watch this. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm still angry at the Biden administration.
Okay,
for
go
what
back a little
happened,
bit. What
okay?
did he say? I want the audience to hear what he says. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Much more skeptical of immigration, both legal and illegal.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Look at the first phrase. Listen.
So I'm still angry at the Biden administration for what they allowed to happen, okay?
What they
And I
allowed to
think it
happen.
severely damaged our country. And they say, oh, there's nothing you can do about it. No, Trump comes in, boom, it's closed. God bless them. If countries have to control their borders, or they will cause huge problems. And you have that all over Europe. And it's even worse there because in America, most people coming to America want to be American. They come to work. They can't wait to become a citizen of the United States of America. That's not true for most of the European immigration.
You can pause it right there. You can pause it right there.
He's making such a great point.
I'm going to come to you. Yeah, he's making such a good point. But there's something that he said in the interview. They asked him a question at the beginning, 30 seconds. She opens it up. She says, what are the biggest lessons you've learned in your career? He says two things. One, she says, how about investments? Investments, we're going to make money. We're going to lose money. We move on. That's okay. He said, but I'm going to tell you two biggest mistakes we've learned from. What? One, we had a great opportunity. We sat on it for too long. We lost it. Two, we had a bad person to fire. We sat on it too long. Then it took us a while to recover. We had to fire sooner and move on from somebody. I'm paraphrasing. This here, he knows he screwed up. He knows he screwed up. This stuff that he's saying about Biden, in my opinion, this is his way to tell Trump, hey, I'm with you. I'm giving you credit here to make sure, be gentle with us because it's going to be brutal and they're going to have to cut the check and it's well-deserved. You cannot do something like that to stop someone's bank account. You cannot do that. That's cross. And by the way, I'm even talking about with people you disagree with. I'm talking like take the worst person in America right now. Whoever it is, who's the worst person in the world right now? Take anybody. Take anybody right now. You can't mess with the banking stuff. You can't. Because if you do that to them, it's going to come back to the other side. Yep. You cannot do. There's certain things that, how people go here, and then they go here. I would much rather we fight here. Mm-hmm. If you go here, I have to retaliate here.
Of course.
I have to retaliate here. It's a very, you watch Game of Thrones and, Tico 3 days ago was telling me, says, Dad, do you know of the 60-something Roman emperors, do you know how many of them were lost the throne by the sword? I said, what's the number? 38.
Damn.
By the sword. They were replaced by the sword. He's telling me this. Okay, you take my throne by the sword. What do you think's happening to you?
Same thing coming to you.
My son's going to come and do the same thing to you. And then guess what's going to happen? And then guess what's going to happen?
Doesn't stop.
This is not going to happen. I mean, so you think Trump forgot about what Chase did? No. And what a perfect timing on when he drops it. What a perfect timing on when he drops it. He's questioning who he wants to choose as his, Jerome Powell replacement. There's some comments that's made. Oh, you want to criticize me? Here you go. I haven't forgotten. I've kept it here. Here's the lawsuit. Right at Davos. What are you going to do about it? Okay, so I think to give Jamie credit, I'm a Jamie fan. I like what he's done. But this is, if any time in your career you're going to have a lot of screw-ups, I make the list of the worst mistakes I've made as a executive when you're building a company. This is, in my opinion, top 2 lists of mistakes he made. You do not do this to a president. I don't care what it is. With January 6th. The credit goes to Tim Cook when Obama was begging him to release the phones of San Bernardino, the details with that. And what did Tim Cook do?
The boyfriend, girlfriend, and the shooter.
He's like, no, I'm not going to give it to you.
Yep.
What do you mean? I'm not going to give it to you. As shitty as this last iOS update is, which is the worst update Apple's ever done, oh my God, it sucks. Folks, please don't update your phones. When it says, would you like to update your phone, say no.
No, thank you.
I don't want to update it until they figure this is the worst. After I take a picture screenshot, I got 3 additional steps.
Yeah.
I just took a screenshot, added in the pictures. I'm trying to go find my playlist. I got to go 7 steps. I'm trying to text somebody. But because Tim Cook's the CEO and he is somebody that's still going to protect what's in here, I am a supporter of some of the things that Tim Cook does. This is not a good look for him. Adam, I'm going to come to you, then I'm going to play the
Yes, sir.
Griffin clip here.
Well, it's so obvious. They tried to do Trump so dirty. And why did they do that? Because they didn't think that he was ever coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's back kind of a thing.
Great point.
Trump, he was right about everything. Look at this. They all came after him. They debanked him. They deplatformed him. The legacy media attacked him like they always do. Politicians abandoned him. Tucker Carlson, the tweet, the famous text message, I hate him with a passion. I can't wait for the day he's gone. He's back. So we all see what's happening with that. Why are they all piling on Biden now? Because there's a 0% chance he's ever coming back. And there's maybe a 1% chance that Kamala's ever seen or heard from again. So of course they're going to pile on Biden. This is actually the nature of healing. Number two, remember when Eric Trump was here? And he talked about, yes, they debanked us. But when one door closes, another door opens. That's why we're so big in the crypto space now. Because we lost our banking. Are you kidding me? So there's always in America with free market capitalism, oh, you want to debank us? Really, bro? Boom, crypto. And now they're going to do that.
You got to be careful
So
with
then
this. So
here's the last part. Yes, Bank of America, I'm sorry, Chase should be held accountable. The most famous line, in my opinion, that Jamie Dimon has ever said, he goes, listen, I have a lot of liberal friends. They all have big hearts and very small brains. And this is something that he's going to be dealing with his customer base, with the president. What percentage of his customers hate Trump? Probably half of them. So he's going to have to maneuver this.
Efren, maybe take a minute here and share with the audience how you ended up being on the podcast.
So it was during Christmas, like you said, and I was going to buy the merch anyway, so I ended up buying 2 pairs of the shoes and then also the sales classes. I saw a massive discount, so I purchased that. And I actually love what you guys do on the emails. I still get emails right now saying you have not started the courses.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
So when are you starting them?
Well, because right now my goal is to improve communication,
Yep.
so I'm taking a course for that.
Good.
Once that's completed, then I'll jump to that
I
course.
love it. So it's actually following up with you to make sure
Yes,
you do it.
love it.
Well, good for the team. Good for you for doing that. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.